Hi, everyone. My name's Nancy Lene Wu, and I am here as the founder of Surprise the Line poetry workshops. I'm going to be starting a YouTube channel and here to do a little intro to see if you can catch the vibe I'll be throwing down. So, I wanted to introduce myself. Some of you know me already in my poetry community, and you may know or remember that I did a 30/30 April poetry workshop last year, 2020, during the start of the California, United States pandemic lockdown last year, and we ended up writing together for 91 days straight during our Rise and Shine morning generative writing workshops. So I've been a poet for a while, and never before last year had I actually completed a 30/30 challenge. So, for anyone outside the poetry world, 30/30 is the colloquial term for April's poetry challenge, which is to write 30 poems in 30 days as a part of National Poetry Writing Month, or NaPoWriMo. So because I love teaching poetry and sharing poetry, I wanted to try something new, which is to give some daily video prompts on YouTube here, so that if you are interested in popping in and finding a video prompt to write a poem during NaPoWriMo, here you go. So, in lieu of doing in person live workshops, I'm just going to be giving you some prompts every day during the month of April that you can do on your own at any time during the day. And here, what is recording a video if not transmitting yourself into the future? So that's what I am going to attempt to do. And I'll give a prompt, I'll give you some guidelines. I'll read a poem first and then give you a prompt and give you enough time for however long you want to write. So you can make this super quick and brief and just write for like 10 minutes in the morning if you want, or at any point during the day, or if you have a nice, good long hour or two. Maybe you want to use this type of video as an inspiration moment and a spark or a jumping off point to get you into the creative zone. One of the things I think that I have learned how to do and that I wish to offer is simply opening up the creative channel, which artists live in all the time, as you know, but sometimes we get blocked. Often we're busy doing other things in our day, and I want to create a space here where when you're ready, you can just come and tune in and be guided by the inspiration of poetry. So I'm going to be doing 30 poems that have changed me. So everyone is going to connect with different poems in different ways. And if you have been writing or in the literary world for a long time, you're going to have a basket of poems that you carry around with you in your mind that influence you, that stay with you during your days, weeks, months. So I am very excited to be sharing 30 poems that have changed me personally as a person and as a writer. And just so you know kind of where I'm coming from, I am an optimist who knows the feelings of despair. I think that's something a lot of humans can relate to. So here I am, when it's time to put on some rose colored glasses in order to smell the roses, or whichever flower you want to think of. I personally am obsessed with the night blooming jasmine in my neighborhood. So, anyway, whatever you want to open the door to in your creative life, my philosophy is simply to create a little bit of that container. My mission is to spread the joy and necessity of creativity through language everywhere, one line at a time. I believe that everyone can write. There is a current of creativity that flows through every single human. And I would go so far as to say animals and plants and wind and nature, because as poets, I have a very frenetic brain and I'm thinking about 500 things at once, it feels like sometimes. And poetry is a space where you can allow that sort of illusory, imaginative, otherworldly language to come through and just see what happens. So let's see, I've been super into hope punk recently. You know that if I am calling my poetry workshop Rise and Shine, well, that's telling you something. And my workshop is called Surprise the Line. My manuscript I'm working on is called I'd Rather Be Lightning. Got a lot of that assonance with the long I going on in my work. I'm realizing. But anyway, so yeah, I'm all about hope punk, which is the idea that, yeah, we know how bad things are. We're aware. What are we going to do? Sit back and give up? No. This is not to say that I don't understand challenges, especially mental health challenges. I think poetry can actually be helpful for mental health challenges at times when we need a creative avenue of expression to access our soul and our clarity and our wealth of ideas and questions and solutions always around us, because creative thinking really is problem solving. It's thinking outside of what is presented directly in front of you to imagine possibilities. And poetry does that through language all the time. I think poetry is getting more popular these days. So I'm here to join in the tide, the rising tide of poets. And I know you're out there. I'm going to imagine that as I'm talking to this screen and recording this video, that I am with you in the same room. We are opening the creative channel together. We are releasing judgment of ourselves and of our writing process, and we can settle in to the flow and see where it goes. So I will be giving prompts in April through this channel. So, please, like, if you want to jump into that at any point, please do. Let's see, I'm going to be learning a lot while I'm doing this, so I'm letting you know this is about process over perfection and just putting out what I think maybe I have the ability to put out in the world. And if I can share a creative channel through poetry with you, then my friends, that is what I am here for. Please, I don't know, check in, subscribe, do the things that people tell you to do on YouTube. And I will catch you with the next prompt, which will be the first prompt of April soon. Okay.